So today's concept is a new topic, guys. As I told you, it is a AWS concept today. Okay, now go to, can I have your AWS console? Yeah. So just a minute. Organizer, are you there in the call? Okay, that's fine. Let's continue. So guys, and Pradeep, why you are maintaining that many servers? Maybe the other, what are those stopped servers?
So actually, I tried with the Red Hat yesterday, but I was
Ah,
facing some issues, so I thought of doing it in this weekend. So I
oh, okay,
tried it with the CentOS today, so it worked well. So
okay,
the other stopped servers are Red Hat servers.
okay. So the thing is, even though you stopped your servers, you will be, the calculator will be on 750 hours. Okay, so guys, please make sure that, just a minute. So please make sure that, just, sorry, someone is pinging me. Yeah. So as I told before, guys, we are using free account, and every month you will get 750 hours of free services, free hours. Okay, for some of the services. So here EC2 is one of the service. That too, T2 Micro is a free service, right? So even if you stop also, you will be charged. You will be calculated. 750 hours will be on. Can you go to your billing dashboard once? The right hand side top corner, you can see your name. Click on that name, my billing dashboard. Come down slowly. Here you can see that which service, like maybe how much percentage you are completed. Okay, fine, no issues. It's 24% only. So still you have 15 more days. Okay, it is showing for EBS volumes and EC2 instance. Okay, that's fine. No problem. Now good. So guys, as I told you, today's concept is AWS, the new topic. Okay, so again, AWS services also we only have to manage in even in real time, guys. There is no initially, maybe around like 5 6 years back, maybe 10 years back, there was only cloud admin, maybe AWS admins and all separate admins would be there. Okay, in previous days, but never whenever like maybe nowadays, like after maybe the DevOps comes into picture, the DevOps admin itself managing AWS account also. Okay, so like what services we have to monitor, maybe what services we have to manage. Okay, the basic services I'm going to cover, because again guys, AWS admin is separate part, actually it's not a DevOps. Okay, so but whatever the mandatory services which are required for our DevOps, so I'm going to cover now. Okay, so again, as part of that, the first service name is EC2. Can you open your notepad? Yeah. So the first service name is EC2. EC2 stands for Elastic Cloud Computing, guys. Elastic Cloud Computing. EC2 stands for. So this service helps us to create an operating system. It can be Windows, it can be Linux operating system. So why should I go with the AWS, guys? Anybody? Maybe why should I go with cloud services? Anybody? Why nowadays every organization, maybe most of the organization, they are going with cloud providers? What is the reason? What is cloud actually? Anybody? Any idea,
Maintenance,
guys?
to reduce
To avoid
maintenance.
maintaining infrastructure.
Exactly. So guys, in previous days, if I want to start my own organization, I should build my own data center, guys. So let me show you how the hardware will be. Can you open a new browser, new tab? Yeah, just type Blade servers. So guys, the real-time hardware will be like this. Click on images, open that second image. Yes. So guys, this is the real-time image, real-time hardware. See how big it is. The setup, it would take huge time, guys. It needs more time to set up, to install operating system, to connect to that operating system. Very, very tough. Again, storage, someone should maintain, different team. Network, different team. Power, different team. Backup, different team. If you maintain your own infrastructure. Because that's a different technologies, guys. Network is different technology. Storage is different technology. The huge setup required for that if you want to maintain your own data center. But nowadays, guys, like if it is a startup kind of stuff, maybe not only startup, guys, most of the even critical applications, critical products, okay, organizations also, they're going with cloud. So cloud is nothing but it's a third party provider, guys. Okay, it's a third party provider where he's maintaining many data centers in across the world, like in India, US, Canada, Singapore, China, different locations. They have their own data center. They created one easy interface, web interface. That is what AWS account, maybe the cloud account. Simply we are logging into that account, we are connecting to those data centers. So which data center I have to use? Again, it's based on your project, guys, not your location. Maybe I'm working for US project from India. So don't pick India servers, India data center. The server should be US server, US data center, guys, because your project is US project. Okay. So the cloud is nothing but it's a third party provider where he is maintaining infrastructure and providing services to the customer for very less cost. So guys, if you go with your own infrastructure, the cost of your infrastructure, the maintenance is very, very costly. But if you go with cloud, any cloud provider, guys, AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, these are the most commonly used. So out of it, just a minute. So out of it, AWS is more popular, guys. When compared to Azure and Google Cloud, you have more services in AWS only. That is the reason AWS has a more market share. It has more services when compared to Azure and Google. And it's very easy also to understand what is the purpose of that service and all. Okay. So now let's jump on to AWS. So click on, so guys, actually I have showed you only like the basic steps to in creation of EC2 instance. Now in today's class, I'm going to show you the clear picture. Okay, click on running instance. So what are the steps involved and all in your EC2 instance? That is what I'm going to show you. Now click on launch instance. Write down the notes. Actually, it's not required writing notes and all because already if you go to my Google Drive, it is there. Yeah, open your notes once. Yeah, steps involved in EC2 instance. Steps. Okay. The first not running instance. Write down what I'll tell you. The steps while launching instance, what are the steps involved? That is what my question. Yeah. So launch instance. Here first one, choose AMI. First step is choose AMI. So what is AMI means? Write down one by one. First, second, third, like that. Choose AMI. So guys, AMI is nothing but Amazon machine image. So already you can see like AWS guys, they have created lots of images. Okay, obviously I need a DVD, right? Maybe ISO image. Basically, if I want to launch, maybe if I want to install any OS in my laptop, I need a DVD ISO image. As it is personal, my physical laptop, I have to use that one. But here, it's a logical infrastructure. I'm not in front of that infrastructure to install the OS and all. Logically, I'm connecting to that OS. So I need a logical, again, ISO. Somewhere already they dumped it. That image link they are providing now. Those ISO, you can see so many ISO images. Red Hat, Ubuntu, Linux, SUSE, again with different versions. So guys, even some applications install already. So the AMIs you can see with applications also, not only fresh OS. Okay, so if you see the image list here, not only the fresh images, even you can see some images with applications also. Already some applications will be installed those. So it's up to you which application, which OS you need. Based on that, you will pick the AMI. So AMI stands for Amazon Machine Image. Okay, the ISO images list, ISO images in AWS data centers. Okay, now next, second, select the first option. Next, click on next. Click select. Okay, second one is choose an instance type. Write down. So guys, if you go to any, maybe like I want to purchase a laptop. Okay, I want to purchase, maybe make it 1 and 2, something like that. Choose AMI 1. Choose an instance type, second step, something like, make it numbers. So if I want to purchase any laptop, guys, in general, maybe what is the first question they may ask you, guys? The shopkeeper, what he will ask you?
Configuration you are looking into.
Exactly. Maybe which brand you are looking for, how much RAM, how much CPU, how much storage, which OS and all, what is your price range and all. Basically, this is what this one. Here you can see, you can choose your RAM, CPU information and all. Based on that, you will be charged, guys. And one more thing, guys, the same configuration I can get in different brands, different prices. What could be the reason? Maybe within the same brand also, I can get same configuration with the different prices. What could be the reason? Guys, same configuration with different prices. What could be the reason?
Branding.
Quality.
$400, $500 also. What could be the reason? Same brand only, but then why like that? Any idea?
Is it from same AWS or from different
No,
cloud?
leave it about AWS. Generally, I'm asking. If you go to any shop, okay, maybe let's take, I want to buy one pressure cooker. Okay, in same company, I can get different prices for the same maybe 5-liter pressure cooker. Why like that?
Maybe it's
But
from a
based on the
different
data
shop,
supply.
different vendor.
No, same vendor only I'm asking. Same vendor,
Yes.
same brand, but different
Based
prices.
on
What
the
could be the reason?
based on the location, data center location.
Not location, the quality, performance. Yes or no? Maybe fenders in HP, maybe in LG, okay, some brand, same brand, I'll get different prices. What could be the reason? Because of the quality. Different qualities, different prices in the same brand. Same here also, guys. We do have different instances. Write down those types. Write down those steps. Open your notepad. First, general purpose. Second step only. Maybe make it A, B, something like that. General purpose. Second, CPU optimized. Memory optimized. Storage optimized. Graphic card optimized. C, memory. D, different only. All are different only. C, memory. D, storage. E, graphic. Guys, in general purpose on also, I'll get the storage, I'll get CPU, I'll get memory, I'll get the graphic card. But why different types? If I go with CPU optimized, the CPU performance will be good, guys. That doesn't mean like in general purpose, I don't have CPUs. In general purpose also, I get the CPUs. General purpose type also. But the thing is, quality when compared to CPU optimized hardware, okay, the quality will be less when compared to general purpose. General purpose CPU will be little less performance when compared to CPU optimized. If you go with CPU optimized type, okay, there you will get again same size also different performances will be there based on the quality. Yes or no, guys? Maybe 1 GB RAM, 1 CPU. If you go to CPU optimized, there also I can get 1 GB RAM, 1 CPU. But what could be the reason why I should go with CPU optimized? You'll get CPU more performance when compared to general purpose because the quality is different. The hardware may be. Okay, if you go with storage optimized, storage performance will be good. It doesn't mean like in general purpose you don't have storage. In general purpose also you can pick any size. Maybe 100 GB, 200 GB, 500 GB, 1000 GB I can pick. But the performance of the storage will be little less when compared to the storage optimized. Quality is more for storage optimized. Storage quality will be different. The disk quality will be different. That is what storage optimized. See, memory means RAM performance will be good. RAM quality will be different. If you go with memory optimized, the same memory will be again you will get a memory in general purpose also. CPU optimized also. Storage optimized also you will get memory. But memory optimized storage, I mean that instance type will get more performance. The memory performance will be more. So basically, how can I decide that? Which type I have to go? Guys, can you just highlight your general purpose now? Go to your general purpose. I mean that in AWS console. Just place your cursor. No need to highlight. See? Here, can you read the third line, maybe second line ending? They are recommended for small and medium databases. Data processing. Place your cursor. That require additional memory, caching plates. Maybe small applications, guys. If you are working for practice purpose, maybe if you are working for maybe development environment, then that type of EC2 instances, you can go with the general purpose. Come down in general purpose, see how many types we do have again. T2 small, T2 medium. The size of CPU, size of memory will be more, guys. Come down slowly. See slowly. How many types you have in general purpose itself? The size will be different, guys. Only the CPU RAM size will be different. Now come down. Slowly, 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 slowly. Good, good. Until you get the next type. Good, good. See, guys, how many general purpose types? Come down, come down. Yeah. Now compute optimized means CPU performance will be good. For which applications, which kind of applications you will use? This one. Read the third line again. We recommended compute optimized instances for running CPU bound scale out applications. Examples of such applications include high traffic. Maybe if you are using some EC2 instance to install, maybe some application you are going to install here. That application may have huge traffic, maybe from the customers. Traffic is nothing but if they open the website, that is nothing but traffic. Okay, such kind of applications you are hosting in this EC2 instance. Then you will go with CPU based. Guys, in general purpose also you'll get CPU. But why should I go with CPU optimized? We get more performance here. The same size also, we get more performance. Come down. Next, storage optimized. Again, memory optimized. Graphic card optimized. See, GPU. It is a graphic card, guys. Why graphic? Do you know that, guys? What is graphic card usage? Any idea?
For processing images, videos, we need a graphical processor.
Exactly. Maybe for gaming applications, maybe multimedia applications if you are running on top of your EC2 instance, that such kind of applications need graphic card. You'll go with graphic type. Come down. So memory optimized. What is the recommendation? Maybe for database applications. Okay. So again, don't worry about that. Your customer, your developer, your application team may not know that these types and all. But you have to ask why you need this EC2 instance. What is the purpose of EC2 instance you are asking for? Which application? How much load might be there? Okay, so you have to ask them. Based on that, you have to pick this EC2 instance type. And based on that only, you will be charged, guys. Your charges also will be based on that type only. If you go with high, maybe huge size, you will be charged for that. Okay, now click on next. Next button, yes.
Actually, Amar, I have a doubt over here. It says like vCPU. What does it mean?
Virtual
vCPU.
CPU. vCPU stands for.
It shows like 1, 2. It means like we'll be getting 2 CPUs kind of thing like that.
Exactly, you're right. Can you go back once, Pradeep? Yeah, here see, vCPUs means one CPU, 1 GB RAM. So if you select T2 micro, don't go with T2 medium. Select T2 micro, the second option. Select it. Yeah, so you'll get 1 GB RAM, 1 CPU. So if you go with T2 micro.
So here, why it says like GIB instead of GB?
Where it is?
Memory GIB in bracket. After vCPU.
Gigabytes, GIB in the sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Next. Configure instance details. Write down. Third step. Configure instance details. So guys, this is the interview question. Okay, so what are the steps involved in EC2 instance? So you have to tell one by one. First, we'll choose AMI. Second, we'll choose instance type. Based on our application, we have to choose the application instance type. Next, configure instance details. Here, you can select the count, how many instances you want to build. So guys, at the same time, I can build 20 EC2 instances with the same configuration. First option, number of instances. If someone asks you, I need 5 instances with the same OS, CentOS 7. So here you have to change, you have to make 5. So it will launch 5 EC2 instances at the same time. You may need to launch individually, one by one, not required. You have to go at the same time. Shortcut, guys. Right now, what are the things you will, so the important, so you can see lots of options here, but those are not mandatory. So count means instance count, how many instances you want to launch. Count. Second option is network details. These are the mandatory stuff. Network configure, again network topic is separate, guys. Network storage, I'll make it separate topic. It's not okay, so I don't want to club the both the same. Separate topic I will tell you. Maybe next class is storage, and after that network will be there. Network details you have to attach here. So what, in which network you want to create your EC2 instance and all. So we'll discuss about network separately. But as of now, just remember that. So network details also you can add it here. Yeah, next button. Storage, guys. How much storage you need? So guys, this is the internal hard disk. Okay, write down, add storage. Fourth step is maybe give some space now after 1, 2, 3. After every step, give some space so that it will be very easy for you to identify. Add storage. You can add any number of disks, guys. Again, storage part also I'll cover separately. Tomorrow class is storage part. Okay, how much storage you need? So by default, you're getting 10 GB. Okay, and here, like there are some types of storages and all. We'll discuss in tomorrow class. Okay, so storage, a separate class will be there. Next, add tags. Okay, so guys, what is tag? Maybe if you go to any shopping mall, okay, for shopping purpose, you can see for every item tag will be there. What is the purpose of tag, guys? For your items, maybe for any item.
To identify an item.
Exactly, for identification purpose. What is that item? Maybe what is the brand? What is the quality? Maybe quantity. Okay, like what is the size of that? What is the price? Same concept here also. For EC2, maybe that resource, EC2 is one service now, but that service to identify which EC2 instance it is, who is the owner of this application, this server, which application running. Maybe sometimes some teams will ask you for temporary purpose. So write down. So example I will show you. Add tag. Below option is there. Add tag. Okay, that also fine. Here also add tag option is there. Yeah, name, NAME. Make it N caps, the first letter caps. Right hand side, that server name. Maybe generally what kind of server names will make it means. Maybe is it a dev server or QA server or production server. Again, dev also, maybe dev Nagios server, dev HTTP server, something like that. Just to identify, guys. Because in real time, there might be number of development servers, 100 development servers. So how can I identify? Until unless you can log into server, you cannot understand which server it is, which. So that's the reason this is the best practice. Now next tag, you can add 50 up to owner. One more tag. No, one more tag. Add another tag. You can add any number. Owner. Maybe owner is nothing but who owns this server. Maybe different teams will be there in your real time, in your organization, in your project. that maybe the team name, that person name who requested this server, just for identification purpose. Maybe Amar, dev team, that's fine. Again, next duration. Maybe sometimes they will ask you the temporary purpose, only for 3 months, only for 6 months, just for identification. But only this server required only for 6 months duration, and duration 6 months, 3 months, something like that. So guys, like this, you can add any number of tags for identification purpose. So you can remember this. You no need to again. Maybe sometimes you may forget. After 3 months, they may not come back. Their work is done. They requested the server for 3 months. I given the server. Okay, they worked on that server. 3 months completed. They did not come back. They forgot. Even I will forget. But unnecessarily you are paying for. Nobody is using this server after 3 months. The test is done. They requested one for some purpose. That purpose is done now. Now they are also not using. Even nobody is using. But still, the server is running. You are responsible for this kind of maybe again follow-ups also, guys. As a DevOps admin, as a AWS admin, you are responsible for your billing. Okay, so unnecessarily, if any server running, you are responsible. You have to follow up which server it is, who is using that. If nobody is using, you can delete it. Okay, this is what tag information. Now next, configure security groups. So guys, security group is nothing but it's a firewalls, AWS level firewalls. Okay, so again, so in network topic, I will cover this configure security group. Why security? Why firewalls is required? Because guys, in this EC2 instance, what are the applications? What application you are going to install? That application you have to open it for customer. Maybe for, is it internal application or is it external application? Okay, so which purpose you are building this EC2 instance? What application you are installing on top of it? So every application has one port number, guys. So can you go to your Google Drive once, Pradeep? My Google Drive, DevOps class notes, DevOps notes. So guys, I hope everybody has my Google Drive. Anybody doesn't have? Guys, can you please respond?
Yes, sir, I don't have.
Yes,
Gopal.
even I don't
Okay.
have.
Okay, so just a minute. Let me provide. Maybe Pradeep, can you copy that link, Google Drive link, and post it in group chat? Guys, save this chat again link. This is my Google Drive. So where you can find out all the documentation in the group chat. Are you able to do that? Yeah. Save this URL, guys. That is my Google Drive. Please download all the stuff.
Amar, I have one more doubt regarding this instance. There will be some kind of reserved as well as on-demand instance, right?
Yes, again, that
Kind of
much
instance.
is not required right away. Again, so because in AWS, again, lots of things to discuss. But like as I told you, AWS is not DevOps, right? So I'm not digging each and every aspect. Only mandatory things which are mandatory for our DevOps class I'm showing. Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's because AWS is separate administration. I'm sorry. Jeevan, can you be in mute? Hello, Jeevan. Yeah. So guys, as I told you, AWS actually it's a separate administration. Again, To complete all the AWS services, it will take minimum 1.5 months. Okay, I'm not digging each and every aspect here. Only the basic services, must and should services only I'm covering in AWS. Because DevOps tools are separate again. Those tools I'll make sure, like most of the mandatory stuff I'll cover. Okay. So now go to DevOps class notes here. DevOps class notes. Yeah, here come down. Somewhere you can see the sum of the applications. Yeah. So guys, below last one. So guys, everybody, okay, who are new to this class, so this is the application list we will use in real time. List of applications. Every applications, you guys have to go through just an overview. What is that application? If I ask you WhatsApp, what you will say? It is a chatting tool. If I ask you Skype, if I ask you GoToMeeting, if I ask you YouTube, we will say it's a video, maybe you can see the videos, you can see watch movies and all, right? So that way, these are the real-time applications which we will use in real-time organization. Each application is for different purpose. You have to know the purpose. At least what is that? What is SSH? And the port number, guys. Every application has one port number. You have to know that port number. Because guys, if one EC2 instance, one has one application, that port number you have to open. Then only anybody can access. Now you are able to watch YouTube videos, guys. Maybe let me share my screen. So guys, let's assume that this is my Linux box. Maybe some YouTube organization, some YouTube database application is running here. So basically what he will do, what my customer will do, customer will open the browser. Here he will like open that youtube.com. That time what it will do, that youtube.com IP address will be there, right? So it will find out that IP address. It will go to that particular Linux box or Windows box where that youtube.com application is running. So basically internally application will be somewhere HTTPD or Tomcat, some web server application is running. So it will reach out here by using that IP address. But to read the information, that application data, whatever the videos you are able to see. So the door should be open, guys. Reaching is different. Entering into the server is different. That port number should be opened, guys. Whatever the application they are running here, that website application, okay, that port number, that is maybe web servers will be something like HTTPD, Tomcat, Apache, Nginx. These are the web server applications. So whatever the application you are running here, that application has one port number. That port number you have to open for everybody. Then only customer can read this application. Customer will be able to read those videos and maybe that website and all. Otherwise, no. Here, you are using AWS level firewalls. Server level firewalls are not there, not required at all. So AWS has firewalls. That is what? Maybe this is AWS account. This is AWS network. Okay. So here you have that firewall concept, the security group concept. If you open that security group, by using that security group, if you open the port, then only it will enter into this server. It will read the information and it will go out. So you have to know the port numbers for each and every application, guys. That is the interview question again. What is the port number for SSH? What is the port number for Apache? What is the port number for Jenkins? What is the port number for again Maven? What is the port number for Sonar? You have to know that. So please make sure that, guys, that is also your task. Okay, each application overview and the port number. Make sure that. Okay. Yeah. Now Pradeep, jump on. Please share your screen again.
So you made me presenter? Yeah.
Yeah, I made you. Please go ahead. So go back to that AWS security group. So guys, see here, is using SSH port number. SSH is you're able to do putty, right, to your Linux box. So how it is possible? Because of this 22 port open only, guys. You're able to connect your server. You are not in front of that server. Okay, you're not in front of your Linux box directly. So your Linux box is you are creating under AWS data center. You are in your home. How you are able to connect? You are able to connect by using this putty. Putty is an application again. So that SSH application is running in your Linux box, guys. That whatever the EC2, right? Their SSH application is running. Because of that application running, you are able to, again, that port number 22 you have to open. Okay, 22 port, if you open, if you close this port, you cannot log in. Okay, we'll discuss about the port numbers and all in the network topic, don't worry. So you can go with here, see guys, create a new security group or select an existing security. It's up to you. Above you have that option. See, select an existing people or select new security group. It's up to you. You can use the same security group which you are using for other servers. So we'll discuss about that in network topic. As of now, next, review and launch. So finally, you have to review all your steps. What are the things, which image you have selected, what type you have selected, what security group you have selected, what ports you opened, everything. Once if any difficulties, you can edit them. Now click on launch button. So finally, you know this key pair. Basically, AWS won't allow the password by default. So for all Linux boxes, they are providing this key pair only. Key pair means again two keys here, public key and private key. I need a private key actually, but they are providing both public and private in this key. PEM key. This key is called as PEM key. Okay, you can use existing, you can use a new key pair. It's up to you. If you use new key pair, you have to generate that PPK key. If you use the existing key, that PPK might be already available in your laptop. Now click on launch instance. That's it. These are the steps involved in EC2 instance. Now go to services. My server is running now. So these are the steps involved in EC2 instance. Okay, the next topic is storage. There's different types of storages in AWS. Storage, right now. Storage devices. Guys, if you take in personal life, we do have different types of storage, like hard disk is there, pen drive is there, DVD drive is there. So different purposes you will use different device. So here also we do have different types. Okay, those are EBS, second one is EFS, third one is S3 bucket, S3.
Third one is S3.
Yeah, S3. Okay, these are the three types of storages available in AWS, guys. Okay, so here again, how can I know that which type I have to use? It's based on your requirement again. So basically, by default, you will get EBS storage only. While launching, did you remember? You're getting one device, one hard disk. The by default hard disk is EBS only, EBS type only. Okay, so that is a hard disk name. So come down. Here you can see that hard disk. Come down. See, block device. Yeah, root device type is EBS. What is EBS? What is EFS? What is ES3 bucket? Again, we'll discuss in tomorrow class, guys. That is the storage concept. How to attach new disks. Okay, so those things and all we'll discuss in tomorrow class. So guys, any doubts in today's class? I hope everybody is getting the recordings and everybody has my documentation now at Google Drive. Any issues?
Yeah, Amar. I think yesterday's class video is missing in the drive.
Okay, so please talk to
Yeah,
organizer.
yes, missing.
Yeah, guys, if something is pending, so please check with them. Immediately call them. You should have received by this time actually. So today's class, maximum by tomorrow morning 10 or 11, you should get it in the Google Drive. If it is not present, immediately call to organizer. I meant to say that guys. Okay, they will keep that. Don't miss it, guys. Don't wait for anybody.
Yeah, Amar,
Yes, Jivan, tell me.
can you change my mail ID? I put that in the chat box.
Maybe the thing is, please check with your organizer, the Durga Soft guys. They will change it. Okay.
Because I am not able to receive the link for the class. So that is why I had to join late today.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, please check with them. They will. So, guys, whatever. So, whoever from Durga South, please reach out to them for any concern. Maybe class related, maybe the related technical things and all. You can ask me. Okay. If it is something recording, like you are not getting maybe mail change and all, you have to check with them. They will. They are correct persons. Because even I don't have the access to do that. That is the reason I'm saying. Okay, please check with them immediately. Please let
You
me.
don't send. You don't send the videos.
No, actually, I'm not the. Correct person to send. I don't have access even. I don't know the credentials. So Durga Soft people itself, they are managing this recording center.
Okay.
They will take care of everything. Please call to them immediately. Ask them for yesterday's recording.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay then, guys. We'll meet again tomorrow same time.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I didn't connect to the class on Friday, so I went through the recordings,
Okay.
but I couldn't see the tasks which you have given. You posted on chat box, so I couldn't able to see that in the recording. So where do I get that?
So you're talking about Nagios task or Linux tasks?
Linux task.
Okay. So guys, can someone post the Linux task here in the chat box quickly? So maybe Pradeep, do you have those chats, those questions?
I have with answers, Amar.
Oh, I think someone posted already. Yeah.
Yeah, I put
Maybe
it.
Sudhir, please pick the questions. I think these are not completed questions, right? So many questions, other questions. So who posted? Vishwa, can you
Yeah.
please, maybe someone else, can you post the Linux questions, Linux tasks? Hello guys. Can someone post the questions? Maybe Malati, can you please help? Can you please post your questions here?
Yeah, Amar. I have just posted it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Abdul posted the questions. So Sudhir, please take them.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Bye.